What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm on Toxin Gaming. Today I'm bringing you a very fun and very exciting deck profile for you all. I'm bringing a deck that me and my buddy Joey, we had been working on for about like 1, maybe 2 weeks. This is SpellProof Spaceships. This is just a really fun and exciting way to play, well, really fun and new way to play Spellproof Armor. You guys are used to probably the Spellproof Jinzo, where Jinzo comes to the field and is immune to trap cards. Well, this is just a deck that plays it without Jinzo. That way, if Jinzo ever gets hit, we have an idea of what we could play next. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into it. The skill we're playing is Spellproof Armor, like I previously said. The skill just says that all machine monsters you control are affected by your opponent's spell effects, and you can normal summon machine normal monsters with one less tribute. But if you have a non-machine monster in your graveyard, your skill gets flipped over and you can no longer use it. So that's pretty much what it says. So we're pretty much locked into machine monsters while playing this. Not only that, none of them can get Book of Moon, none of them can get Shrinked, none of them can get Parasite Paranoid, since that is considered a spell effect. They can still get Parasited, but once it equips, that Parasite no longer makes them an insect monster, and it also no longer makes them able to not target the insect monsters on the field with card effects and for battle. So the monster lineup that we're playing is actually 3 Victory Viper XX03. This is probably your main monster, I want to say. And so this card just says if it destroys opponent's mind by battle, you get to activate one of these effects. So the first effect is 400 attack points you get to gain, putting you to 1600 as your first one, but that gets to stick, so it keeps gaining that 400, so it goes to 16 and 2000 and 2400, depending on what you're killing with it. The second effect is you can target one face-up spell or trap card on the field and destroy that target. And then the third effect is you can special summon an option token. Its type, attribute, and level, and attack and defense are always the same as this card. So if you make it gain any attack points off of its effect, or it's equipped it with like equip spells, then this card is your token gets even stronger. Something to keep in mind with this deck is that they're all low monsters attack and defense. So like Victory Viper is a 1200 attack and the 1000 attack. And then next we're going into 3 copies of our Jade Knight, which is a 1000 attack, 1800 light machine monster. That says while this card is in attack position, machine monster you control with 1200 or less attack cannot be destroyed by trap effects. So it stops it from widespread ruin. It's a good one. When this card is destroyed by battle into the graveyard, you can add a level 4 light machine monster from your deck to your hand. So this is what grabs our Victory Viper XX03 by this getting destroyed by battle. It's a little weird with its defense being so high with it actually getting destroyed by battle in speed duels, but it can actually get climbed, so it's not that big of a deal. And then for the end off the spaceships, we play 1 heavy mech support platform. This is just an equipped union monster that can equip to any of your machine monsters, giving it 500 attack points and also making it to where that once per turn they can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, because this card will go to the graveyard instead of that card. To end off the monster lineup completely, we play 3 Ally of Justice Colossus. Any spellbook list I feel like, or spellproof list, should play this card at 3. This card's really, really good. 2300 beater that you get to summon for free. And yeah, there's literally no drawback to playing this card at 3 in this deck, so 100% would recommend it. For our spell lineups, we only play 3 spells. This is a very trap-heavy deck, so our 3 spells is actually going to be Shrink, because this is a quick play spell card. You want to activate this during your damage step whenever Victory Viper is being attacked. Have that monster's attack points, it gets destroyed, and then you get to either A, gain 400 attack points, B, destroy face-up spell trap card on the field, or C, special summon your option token. For our trap lineup, we play 2 Kunai with Chain. This card is insane in this deck. When the attacking monster attacks, you get to change that monster to defense mode, and then equips your Victory Viper with the Kunai, giving it an extra 500 attack points, making it easy for it to climb over. There's not a lot of monsters in speed duels that have more than 1700 defense, or 1600 defense, I should say, because these just going up to 17. So yeah, this is a really, really good card in the deck. Another card to use during the battle phase would be Mirror Wall. We play this card at 2. This card, whenever your opponent declares an attack, has the attacking monsters. And then during your standby phase, you can pay 2,000 life points or destroy this card. So you get to keep this card around if you really want to. But not most chances you're just using it as like a battle trap. 1 second. Last on our list is actually Prideful Roar. I feel like this card playing this card at 3 is like the correct amount for this deck and what it's trying to do. Prideful Roar is like the best case scenario because you're always climbing the monster with Victory Viper. So what this card says is during damage calc, if your monster battles an opponent's monster with higher attack, pay life points equal to the difference in attack. Your monster gains attack equal to the difference plus 300 during the damage calculation only. So that your monster gets to gain the difference between the attack and then gain 300 attack, inflicting 300 damage to your opponent and successfully killing the monster by battle, making Victory Viper able to use one of its 3 effects. So I think that's very, very powerful. For our, side deck, we played 2 Noble Mana Crossout. This is for the Old Vindictive Magician and the Man-Eater Bugs right now. And, they're very problematic cards. They're monsters that destroy our monsters by monster effects. So, being able to play the No Mana Crossout in this deck at 2 is actually very, very strong. We play 2 Lost Wind. Lost Wind is so we can climb the XYZ monsters whenever they attack us or use their effects. And then lastly, we play 2 Mage Power. Mage Power is when we play against SpellProof Jinzo, because since we're so trap heavy, we need to have this card in our side deck. That way we can actually climb that card, because if not, that card just completely outs his deck. And then 6 Bluffs. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into this, showcase. That way you guys can see how this deck plays. Alright, so this is for a tournament I was hosting yesterday. It's a online dueling book tournament that I was hosting for my locals since we got snowed out. So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm thinking about putting up highlight reels since I recorded the entire thing and judged the entire thing. So I'm thinking about putting that up on Friday once I have time to, edit 2.5 hours of footage. But yeah, I'm going to just jump right into this. They're just saying that this is who they think they are. They're going to paper here, and Halo 0224, which is playing the Victory Viper deck, is going to be going first. It looks like. Oh no, he chooses to go second. So he sets 2 of his spell traps, setting the Book of Moon and some of the Spirit. And then Joey draws for turn, setting the Kunai Wish Chain, setting the Mirror Wall, or the Prideful Roar, the Kunai, and the Mirror Wall. Using the SpellProof here, he's going to summon the Ally of Justice Bird and then attack directly. But Zoma's going to be able to summon to the field. And the end phase is going to go. Opponent draws into Widespread Ruin. He summons Breaker, the Magical Warrior, gaining a counter, and then uses the effect of Breaker. That way he can pop the Mirror Wall. Sets 1 card face down and passes turn off to the opponent, which draws into the Jade Knight. Setting the Shrink face down and summoning the Jade Knight, he attacks into the Breaker for 2300, but Widespread Ruin gets activated, destroying the Ally of Justice Colossalus. Drawing for turn to the Kaiku of the Ghost Destroyer, he summons that monster, sets the Creature Swap as a bluff, and then attacks with the Breaker into the Jade Knight. Using the Kunai with Chain here, this is going to switch to the Breaker to attack mode and give Jade Knight 500 attack points, and then Kaiku is going to attack right into Jade Knight. And then he's going to use Prideful Roar here, that way he can pay the difference, and then destroy the Kaiku. Drawing for turn, drawing into the Victory Viper XX03. Summoning the Victory Viper, he's actually going to go into battle phase and attack the Breaker. Because he was able to attack the Breaker, he's going to special summon the token. In this situation, I feel like I would have destroyed the Zoma. But, hey, to each their own. Summoning the token to the field, and then hitting the token for 1500 life points. And then attacking directly for 1200. Drawing for turn for the Book of Moon. Austin, passes here. He draws into the book. The book doesn't do anything against the spaceship. So at this point, it's just I lose. Passes the game off. So yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. We're doing good for game 1. Oh, I should also mention that Joey forgot to make a side deck for this event. So the side deck I showed you, he's not playing. So this Jinzo's a problem. So he sets 3 cards face down, passes turn, drawing into the Shrink here. We actually are just going to set the 2 trap cards and summon the Victory Viper, attacking the opponent directly for 1200. It's going to get widespreaded, which makes sense, and then turns passed off to the opponent, who summons the Kaiku. Kaiku attacks directly for 1800 life points, using the effect to banish the Victory Viper from the graveyard. Passing the turn back off to the opponent summons his Jade Knight and enters into battle phase, attacking the Kaiku. Using the Shrink here during the damage step, he halves the monster's attack points, making him lose 100 life points. Zoma the Spirit is now summoned to the field in defense mode, and the opponent draws for turn, drawing to the Old Vindictive Magician. Setting the Old Vindictive and changing Zoma to attack mode, he actually attacks into Jade Knight here, to which he's going to Kunai Wish Chain, making Jade Knight 500 attack points. Drawing for turn into the other Jade Knight, he's going to use Heavy Mech Support Platform. Using the effect here, he's going to equip it to Jade Knight, making it a 2000 attack point monster. Using the effect of Old Vindictive Magician, it's going to destroy the Heavy Mech Support Platform. Passing the turn back off to the opponent, He sets the Widespread Ruin, tributes the Zoma, and then summons the Jinzo, which is an issue. And then attacks into the Jade Knight. Joey takes the 1400 life points, loses the monster, and then searches for Victory Viper XX03. Drawing for turn, drawing into the ally of Justice Colossus is going to go into the defensive here and set the Jade Knight face down. Going into the battle phase, Jinzo's going to attack into the Jade Knight. Jade Knight's effect is going to activate, and then it's going to add the Victory Viper XX03 to hand. Drawing into the mirror wall here is actually pretty bad, but so Joey just missed defeat and passed his turn. I feel like that game could have continued to go on as long as he kept setting monsters, especially if he would bluff his way through it, because you know, everybody can misplay, you know. But he just draws for turn, gets Old Vindictive Magician as his first play on Austin's side, and then we draw for turn into the Heavy Mech Support platform. We set the trap cards face down, and then we summon the Victory Viper XX03, going into the battle phase, attacking into the Old Vindictive Magician. Old Vindictive here is going to destroy the Victory Viper, and yeah, that's all she really wrote. Setting the Knight Assailant face down here, we draw into the Shrink, which we set face down and some out the Jade Knight. Flipping the Knight Assailant face up, using its effect to pop the Jade Knight. Jade Knight's destroyed and allows him to search for the Victory Viper. Is this just destroyed? I hope that they catch this. Only searches in battle. Awesome. Attacks for 200 direct, and then attacks for 1800 direct. Using the kunai here to switch it to defense mode, and then passing turn off to the opponent. We get the big bird here, so we're just going to summon it right out and then attack the Kaiku. So drawing into the Widespread Ruin, using the hidden parasite to change all monsters on the field into insect. We're going to use the bug spray here to destroy all monsters on the field. Summoning the Kaiku, and then attacking directly for 1800 life points. Or 900 life points? I don't know. Banishing both materials from graveyard, and then setting the mirror wall face down. Don't know why he didn't just summon it in attack mode. Setting the Zoma to Spirit, setting the card face down, and then attacking into the Heavy Mech Support platform. Drawing the Jade Knight here, we're going to go into battle, and then attack the opponent. Joey's going to Shrink here, cutting the monster in half, and then Austin's going to draw for turn. Joey draws into the ally of Justice Colossus, enters into the battle, and then attacks into the face down. Widespread Ruin is going to activate, destroying the big bird. And then the Jade Knight is going to get destroyed by the Knight Assailant attack. Zoma's going to summon on Joey's end phase, and then Kaiko gets drawn for turn. Allure of Darkness is activated, drawing into the other Zoma and another Allure, setting the Zoma and then attacking for 1800. Joey draws for turn to Prideful Roar, and it doesn't really even matter because he has no way to stop it. Dang, that sucks. I knew he lost this match, but I did want to showcase the deck. Again, he didn't have a side deck for this event. So that side deck I showed you was not being used, even though we had worked on it like all week. He just forgot to build it beforehand, and whenever it started, you can't make any adjustments to your deck. So it sucks, but it happens. And again, I think even without the side deck, he still played very, very well. Even being able to like get to this point is still fine. I think we had 4 rounds, and he was 2-2 by the end of it with no side deck. So if that gives you any idea of how good this deck actually is, like, yeah, it is incredible. So I highly recommend testing it out. If you guys like this type of content, make sure you leave a like on the video. And if you like me, make sure you subscribe. But above all else, I want you all to have a great day. Stay safe if it's snowing where you're at. And stay awesome, everybody. Bye-bye.